we'll just sync up during when the game starts. And hey,
yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jonathan Macri and my buddy DJ Zulo.
Hey.
We just said hi to each other for the first time. When's the last time we've actually spoken?
Oh man, that's a good question. It's been weeks. Which,
I was with you for the I filled in for Benji for X's and O's.
That's right. That's probably the last time. That's
a month ago.
A month ago. Yeah, about a month ago.
Yeah.
Jesus
Christ. It's this year, man.
Yet I still I watch all your, I'm obviously just we're both watching each other's stuff. So
I'm a big fan of yours, DJ.
So same, likewise. Yeah. Love what you're doing with this Knicks Film School thing.
It's great stuff,
others.
Really.
Yeah. So it is nice to watch a game with you, man. I'm excited.
As my daughter has already violated 1 minute into the live, not even a minute into the live stream, has already violated the no sound on the iPad rule.
Yes. Is there a looser rule so she can be in the room because it's you watch along and you're a little more relaxed about it?
So here's the thing. It's Tuesday. What is it? No, I'm losing track of the days. No, it is Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
It is Tuesday, which means it's acro night for my don't ask me what acro stands for. It's some kind of dance.
Okay.
That's what my older daughter does.
Got it.
It's got to be short. It's not short for acrobatics. Whatever it is. My older daughter is at acro, which she does every Tuesday. My wife takes her to.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's no Knick game, then I'll take her to because we're share the responsibility as you know, as a good husband. So I am home with my younger daughter until about 8:45.
Okay.
And so there are two choices. The choice one is have my soon-to-be 5-year-old's her birthday tomorrow. So happy early birthday, Izzy.
Yes, happy birthday, Izzy. Awesome.
You're welcome. Have her rummage around unattended upstairs, which could lead to good results or lead to poor results.
Yeah.
And option B is to have her down here. But within option B is do I expect her to sit quietly and watch the basketball game? No, I don't. I do not. Anyway,
I have two 11-year-old basketball obsessed boy that can't sit through an NBA game. So I can't imagine a 5-year-old, soon to be 5-year-old girl with maybe a slight interest in the sport, but certainly not obsessed yet. Maybe that's to come, to sit down and watch a game. So I get it.
Okay, we have maybe 5 minutes before tip off.
Yeah.
Can we unpack that a little bit? He is basketball obsessed.
Yeah.
But he cannot sit through the entire game, which says all you need to know about the state of life in 2026.
Yeah. So I will say I was very similar as a kid. If I was watching a sport, I needed to, whatever, if it was baseball, I needed to have a glove and a ball, and I needed to be doing something. And then eventually 3-4 innings in, I'd be off doing something else. I couldn't, it's very tough for me, even at this age, to sit still. I'm literally standing here because I can't sit. I don't.
Oh, you have a standing desk? I forgot.
I have a treadmill thing. Yeah. So walking pad, I guess you call it. So I can't, which I'm not using right now. So that wouldn't be good for anyone. But he has that gene where he just can't sit still, which I've passed down to him. But part of it is also he gets so much of his content from YouTube and from highlight videos.
Adam Silver, baby. It's his lips to your son's ears.
And I know. So it's I'll try to gamify it. All right, see, how many screens can you pick up on this possession? How many passes will be made? How many
that's awesome.
Handoffs? And that'll keep his interest a little bit. But then I'm also having to work a little bit. So I don't partake in that all the time. But if I want him to watch a game, I'll have to do things like that, manufacture interest in it. Yeah.
So two things. One, it's funny you say they can't sit still. I don't think I had that. Maybe trying to watch something, I had that problem as a kid. But I don't. The point is, my older daughter has the same thing, and she'll be. This happens every night. We'll be literally 4 minutes into dinner, and she'll be sitting half off of her chair, and then she'll start doing gymnastics against the wall and headstands and this and that. And yesterday I had a particularly stressful day, and I prefaced it by being Daddy's really stressed right now, but I got to tell you, you got to sit down and just engage with the meal right at this moment. And both my wife and her looked at me just like, nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, good for you to like call it out though. That's a skill that I'm not always great at, but giving the warning sign or like literally giving the warning out to your family is really helpful. If
the vein popping out of my head should really be the only warning sign that they need.
Yeah.
So that's number one. And number two, what I've noticed with my younger daughter, Isabel, who again is sitting right here, she does occasionally wander in while I'm watching the game, and she points out the numbers. She I don't know how she knows it, but she knows Jalen Brunson is number 11 because we always talk about number 11, right? And what color sneakers does he wear? Yeah, pink. She notices he has the pink, or he has had the pink Kobe's on at least a few times. Because whenever she comes in, she's like, "Oh, number 11 has the pink shoes." So
Armand in the chat is annoyed Macri is fun.
I mean,
yeah, it can be. Certainly can be.
I don't know that anybody gets as much enjoyment out of annoying me as my own children, but Armin, you're a close second.
Yes. Kids pushing buttons it's a skill of theirs for sure. How are you feeling about this matchup? Because I'm a little nervous about it, not because I think the Raptors are like this juggernaut, but I just have this sense of like they've beaten them 3 times handily. Oklahoma City tomorrow. Like there's some like emotional like I'm just worried about like how this game's gonna turn out in terms of like who wants the thing more, and I just feel like the Raptors are gonna come out and like, and they did the third game and the Knicks turned it around. But what do you think?
Did. Yeah. So here's where the Raptors worry me is I think they're like some strong defensive, offensively challenged teams in that if it is a night where they are hitting outside shots, and these are, as many have said, these are all NBA players. They can come out and shoot 50% from 3 in the first half. If they do that, they're going to run up and down. They're going to defend hard. You could it's not crazy to think that the Knicks or any good team for that matter, if they are not truly locked in, could be down by 20, midway through the second quarter. Like the Raptors bring that potential into the basketball game. If they didn't, they wouldn't be whatever their record is right now, which is very good. That said, like, I think it's a good matchup for the Knicks.
It is. Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see. Speaking of the matchup, so me and DJ are going to spend a minute or so figuring out how to sync up. So I have the game on my TV. You have the game you're streaming it, right?
Correct.
Why don't you tell me what you're seeing right this second?
Edward Jones commercial.
Oh, so you're still on commercial. Okay. Yeah. So that means
MSG feed is back. Yeah.
What's that?
Now I'm back on. Now MSG has come back from break. We have an outside shot of Scotiabank.
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm pausing because the game just tipped for me.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's okay. So what's going to happen is you're going to let me know, which will probably happen in about a minute to 2 minutes, when the ball tips, and I'm not going to spoil who gets the tip off, but when the ball ends up in somebody's hands.
Got it. All right. So I have Josh Hart putting on some, what does he do? The LeBron baby powder, dry the hands.
You're almost there.
Yeah, getting there. Yeah, I'd be curious about the matchups on the Raptor side. Barnes had Brunson in the last matchup, but there was no Pirtle in that game.
Well, so Pirtle hasn't played most of the season, so
yeah. So I imagine, and we'll see if they go Pirtle on Hart to start the game. I don't think he is,
and then Barnes
equipped to handle that matchup, and then Barnes on Cat.
Well, look, it'll be good practice. So
yeah.
All right. Are they in the tip-off circle yet for you?
They're not. I'm seeing Mikal Bridges smiling. Okay. We are now getting ready to tip off. We got a shot of RJ.
And tell me when the ball gets thrown for the tip.
Ball is thrown. 3, 2. Now it's thrown and in the hands of Josh Hart.
There we go. Okay, we're synced. So
Okay.
Josh Hart just crossed half court. He has the basketball. I think we should be roughly around the same. Okay, great. And there was a foul? I have my volume off, so I'm going to put the volume
Yeah,
up.
mine too. Yeah, we got a foul on Barnes early, who was guarding Brunson like the most recent matchup, and then Pirtle on Cat. So they're 5 on Cat. So we'll see how Knicks take advantage of that early.
So Brandon Ingram is on Josh Hart. Is that right? No, is that Ingram?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Ingram. Okay. And then quickly on Bridges. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, he's trying to pick up the second on Barnes, which I can understand that. Nice jumper from OG. I'm always skeptical when it's a midi for him because the numbers are just not great this year.
No, they're not. He hit one in the most recent game. He hit it was baseline too, around the same spot. Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's due for a regression. So, what did I say about 3-point shooting?
Yep, you're a split second ahead of me.
I am. Okay, so I'll hold off on my commentary slightly. But quickly with a 3 from the top of the arc. Quickly has not had a great game against the Knicks, right?
He has not. That's a nice reverse pivot hook shot by Cat.
Did you like Cat's game against against San Antonio?
First? Yeah, I thought he played well. Has a great verticality. At the
awesome verticality. My Lord. That was textbook.
It was.
All right.
Yeah, so I thought he played really well in that game.
Tough turnover there. I couldn't tell who did what, but okay. Ingram with a 3, so Knicks down 6-4. If you're keeping track with us, we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Apologies, we're a little behind probably where people are, but if you want to sync up with us, we're at 10-19, 10-18, 10-17. Yeah. Cat with an early 3. That is not cool. We haven't seen him take a lot of early 3s lately, I feel like.
No, and they have not found him with the trail 3, which has been the volume. It's a fortunate and one. Knicks just late on that rotation.
Very late.
Yeah, I'd like to maybe get a replay on.
We're gonna get it right now.
I mean, this is the RJ. This is what he's been good at since his rookie year. That pocket pass with the left hand. Yeah, the Knicks just have to be a little more against this. I mean, against this team, you can be pretty aggressive in your how you shrink the floor to the strong side. You really against RJ, like make him skip past that on the other side and just try to rotate out of it. That's to me, that's truly taking advantage of like your ability to close out with Bridges, who's been, I mean, the last 6 games, I feel like his closeouts have been just picture perfect, almost routinely.
You've been all over it.
Yeah, I think he's just been so good with it, and he's getting out there with urgency, but he's always under control, which is the best way to do it. He keeps his contest hand up, and like just shrink the floor, like force RJ to either make a play with it or take away that pocket pass. You just don't want to give those easy ones up, and they've given up an open quickly pull up. Ingram semi-contested 3, and then that layup there to Pirtle. So not a great start defensively.
No, we'll give him a little bit of grace here. I forgot Pirtle's a terrible free throw shooter. Of course, makes that one. I thought the Spurs game was. I mean, it's not surprising because it was probably their best defensive game of the year. I thought it was the best combined defensive effort from OG and Bridges we've seen this season.
Yeah, and I think you throw Hart in there too. Like those 3 were awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everybody defended.
Yeah. It's a good cut by Hart to open that 3 up. Which is go ahead.
No, I was gonna tell you. Can I just tell you how much your video just went right to my soul? Shout out to all of our patrons watching.
I appreciate that.
No, because it's like, and I said it on the post game. Of course they're hitting everything. And you said it. He's too skilled an offensive player to act like you can't take advantage of the situations with how teams guard him.
Yeah.
How is that not a foul? That was very
they're probably going to say that Brunson veered in to create the contact. Oh, it's another open 3. All right.
Well, thankfully they're not hitting them all. Nice
It's a good
sequence.
run by OG. Yeah.
Yeah, the offense has been fine because I mean they didn't call that foul. I think that was a fair call to expect on Brunson's behalf. Maybe the Raptors, it's not crazy for them to think that they're treating this like a bit of a statement game. Nice rebound from Cat.
Yeah, and that's the Ingram shot you're probably okay with, even though it's OG going under the screen. Probably a little bit by design there. Give up that three.
This is really nice passing.
Keep moving it. Yeah.
Oh, ball just slipped out of his hands.
Yep.
Oh, I liked everything up until the ball went into the first row.
Yeah, there's been some weird turnovers lately. I feel like last 3 or 4 games by the team, just like the ball just slipping out of their hands.
Yes, and it's been annoying because it's like, man, if you just clean that stuff up, but at the same time, like think of the Warriors for all those. I'm not comparing the Knicks to the Warriors, but like,
yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
Jesus Christ, was that Barnes?
Yeah,
like 4 for 5 from deep.
But they missed, I think, 2 RJ corner and then Ingram.
Oh yeah,
3. But yeah, they're taking them and they're hitting them so far. It's a great lead pass by Brunson.
Great to see him looking for. Anytime he looks for Cat, that's an encouraging sign for me.
See how the Knicks are. That was a little bit. Got a rebound. A little bit better though. Just flooding the zone against the Raptors.
Yeah,
being a little more aggressive. They had 2 feet, two bodies in the paint there. Just didn't secure the rebound.
I mean, this team is so freaking big. Hit that. Nice. I mean, they're all offensively. It's hard to complain about anything they're doing. Other than
no, and you're probably like, listen. I know you're like this. This could be a game where they make 50% of their threes, which who knows? But you can't imagine you play the numbers game that they're going to continue shooting this way.
As Ingram makes it long too, but he does that a lot. 2026 All-Star Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, they have a really good flow right now.
Oh my goodness! Would you? I guess you want him to try to. I mean, that's one of those ones you ideally want him to go up a little harder.
Yeah, he's been such a great finisher that I want to cut him more slack than I think most fans want, because the lack of aggression stuff is an issue, but he's also, I think he's got to be close to like 70% field goal percentage at the rim. Like he is finishing at a very high rate. It's just when he does things like that, where he probably could have gone up with 2 hands and like try to finish strong, that it kind of,
it's not his instinct.
Shows. Yeah, it's not.
He last I checked, he was very high at the rim. He is. This is everybody on the team. He's 76% at the rim this year.
Which, listen, I know a lot of that's transition. That's a wild number.
Yeah, but 76% is 76%.
Yeah.
It's funny. You look at his numbers across the board, as we should say, where it's timeout Raptors. Toronto is up. Get a score up here.
19-13.
19-13. Thank you.
Yes.
But he's 76% at the rim. That's 91st percentile for wings per cleaning the glass. He is the best rim finisher on the team. Porty is at 75%. Mitch is at 69%. Hart and Shamet are at 68. Alvarado's at 69, just with the Knicks, though. Short mid-range, which he takes a ton of. Bridges, again, we're still on him. 47%. That's really good.
Yeah.
Long twos, 47%. That's really good.
It's a great number.
And then 44% from the corners, which, given the volume that he takes, is I think it's fair to say he's the best corner 3-point shooter in the league. 34% above the break, which you'd like that to be a couple of percentage points higher.
Yeah.
But
it might be a couple of percentage points higher than last year. If I thought he was like, I don't know if you have that readily available. It probably was 31, 32 last year above the break. I might be.
You hit it on the head. 31.
Yeah. So it's been, and that's a measurable improvement. Like 34% from 31% is like, pretty big deal for that.
It is,
type
and
of shooting.
it looking at his numbers from this year to last year, it accounts for pretty much the entire increase in his efficiency because he's having it's not as stark as it was at the beginning. The beginning of the year, he's having a much more efficient shooting season this year than last year. It's tailed off a little bit, but he's still more efficient this year.
Listen, I think he's had a really awesome year, start to finish. I know there's been troughs, as you mentioned. The shooting has not been as elite. I thought, and still do, the defense has just been maybe not at an all NBA level. It's just been like a A- since like day one, and I think it's been a little better of late. He just in a very, it plays just such an important role, and him being off ball a little more. Like the steals have been way up this year because he's been empowered to make plays as a gap defender. And Benji has talked about like his rear contest block shots. Like he's just, I think he's been really phenomenal.
I think his defense went into a little bit of a lull when the team went into a little bit of a lull, but like everybody was kind of, funk for a while there.
Yep. And he's got the quickly matchup now.
Is that a charge? That's a charge on, of course, Jalen Brunson, league leader in drone charges.
Yeah. I missed because I know Brunson had quickly on the pull-up three. Was that a cross match and then Bridges has had the matchup this game? Or I might have missed that.
I don't know. We'll catch it. We'll see on the next possession.
Yeah.
As Mr. Shed is in the game, we know he's up for this matchup.
He is. I would still think Brunson's probably breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief now that Barnes is not on there.
Barnes probably making all defense team this year.
Yeah. And my screen kind of blacked out on me. I'm back on it now. Ingram just made a pull up too. Okay.
Yeah, same here. So 21-15 Raptors. We are at 5 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. If you're watching along with us, as Jamal Shed gets into the basketball on Jalen Brunson, who and commits a foul. A little over aggressive there. I think considering how the Raptors have made seemingly everything, if you're the Knicks, you're down 21-15, you can't feel too bad.
No, definitely not. Now you get some bench life coming out, coming up now. So who's it? Diawara and maybe Mitch. Yeah.
Did you mind the decision? I mean, we'll see how the game goes, but to play Mitch tonight as opposed to versus OKC. They're sitting him tomorrow.
I don't. Yeah. I don't, because Brown said he wanted to play him because it's in conference. I don't.
Yep.
I don't know. Part of me is like, do you want to just like not give the Raptors this look and have to? Not that Mitch is someone you can sort of game plan against because every team tries to keep him off the glass. And I didn't have a huge problem with it one way or the other, to be honest. What did you think about it?
You know what I would love for him to do, and this is gonna come off as me giving shit to Ariel Hukporti, which it kind of is. If in the non-cat minutes tomorrow, I'd love him to go small.
Yeah,
just not play a 5. Just see what it looks like.
Yep.
Like if you're not gonna have Mitch for the game, I just here's what I know. And again, Hukporti is an emerging player. If there are ever any minutes that Mitchell Robinson cannot play in the playoffs and Cat is not on the floor for whatever reason, I would like them to go small, which he did. Brown did. But what was it? For a few minutes to close out. What was it? The Spurs game?
No, was it this? I don't think so.
Yeah, he definitely went small recently. It was to oh no, maybe you know what? It might have been the Bucks. Maybe it was the Bucks.
Yeah. The games are sort of like,
I know they blend together at this point in the year.
Combining. Yeah, I don't remember which game it was. I know it did happen though.
Yeah, it was like 2-3 minutes. It wasn't a long time, but it's funny because that was something you would have figured we might see more of, this year under Brown.
Yeah.
And
and listen, I do think there's value in trying to get the reps for that look if you're gonna maybe think you might need to go to it in the playoffs. In especially against obviously a real playoff team.
Yeah.
I also I've just liked Hukporti recently. His rim protection has been
good defensively.
Yeah, really good. It's just been the offensive stuff that all those flashes we saw last year have disappeared. It's been kind of bizarre in that sense.
What? All right, so that's a turnover on the Knicks, not a foul on Jamal Shed, who bum rushed Jalen Brunson, but somehow that's not a foul.
Shed has come out and he has been hyper aggressive. I think it's a fine. No, I kind of hooked him with the left arm a little bit. To me, it's a fine no call.
I mean, this is what Shed does.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it, but they got to be ready for it then, especially if they're not going to call this stuff. It's a tough matchup for Shamet.
Yeah, it's the second time he's gotten him on a switch.
And this looks like another foul. So this is they're calling it. They're calling it one way.
Yep. And would they get Shamet reaching in? Because I thought Mitch was pretty solid there.
Yeah, I think so. It's interesting how Brown's been going to this, like, not a full line change, but he's been bringing in these like 3 subs in the first quarter at the same time, and leaving Brunson out there and in this case Hart out there.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, get it. It's a way to get lineup continuity in a way.
Yep.
All right. So Raptors have run off, I think 4 straight. So we got 25-15. Knicks don't want to fall too much further behind here. You don't want to have to climb too far uphill against this team as Brunson calmly drains a mid-ranger. Again, when the Knicks have gotten shots on goal in this game, they've been pretty flawless.
Yeah, and that's just an example of like Shed's aggressiveness is impactful, but he's one of those guys that just can't get to Brunson's release point. So if he can get to a spot, he can get a good shot off.
Oh,
all right, it's feeling a little bit. Second short 3.
Yeah, I mean,
when he come into the game, you talked about this with Jeremy, 50% from 3
over just last week. Yeah.
Last week, yeah.
55%, I think, from 3 last week. Or no, maybe sorry, that might have been Mikal Bridges. He's at least 50.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have Alvarado and OG in the game. So
this is your defensive group with all right. Ingram gave him a lot of trouble in the last game to start out.
Yeah.
He's doing the same now.
Wait, who came out? Oh, Shamet came out. So Shamet played like 2 minutes.
2 fouls, I think.
Oh, yeah. Another midi for OG, who's feeling it in his return, as he has been wont to do. 27-19, Raptors up, 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Got a little fortunate that one missed.
Yep.
OG bringing it up, taking one-on-one against Mamu and gets fouled. I may have a slight rooting interest for OG Anunoby in particular tonight because he was my pick for our Fanatics best bet to go over 15 and a half.
Yeah, that's good. I like that bet. So
yeah,
he's traditionally done that. Had a nice game last time out against them.
Yeah, and I think he's been since the Pistons game. And actually, I think he had one more bad offensive game somewhere. Maybe it was a Cavs. Everybody had bad offensive game against Cavs. I think he's been good. I think he's been really good. It feels like we are gearing up for an Anunoby run here for a little while because he doesn't usually go like one game off, one game on. It's usually like when OG's good, he's good for a little while. When he's off for a little while.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And 7 of his last 12 from 3. Hasn't taken one tonight, right?
You love that.
A couple middies. But yeah, that's as has been talked about a lot. Bellwether for this team offensively, if he's making threes, your offense it's a good sign that their offense is doing the right things. And that's why, I think when he's made 3 threes or more, it's the team's got like a 70% winning percentage. Not because of those 3 threes, it's because of what that means they're doing, the kick and spray type stuff that Mike Brown talks about.
You want to laugh? I put this in the newsletter today. And again, apologies if you're watching along with us and we are behind you. Blame whatever internet service that DJ has. Although I'm always the last it's funny when I have
another way to get to the game because I can go to League Pass. No.
All right.
Maybe at halftime we'll
at halftime we could try to resync up. We're almost through the first quarter, so we'll stick this one out for now. But we're a little behind. We're still during a timeout here. Our score is 27-19. So just bear with us. What I was going to say, the stat that I found for today's, put in the newsletter. In OG's 27 highest usage rate games this season for the Knicks are 23-4.
Wow.
So, and you want to know what the 4 losses were? This is going to be a real kicker. One was the game against the Hawks where like half the rotation was out. Cat was out. Mitch was out. I think Hart was out and Shamet, I think was out. And then the other 3, remember Brunson went out in the first 5 minutes of the Kings game and he missed the next 2?
Yeah.
Those 3. So essentially all of OG Anunoby's highest usage games, if you take out the ones where either Brunson wasn't there or Cat and like half the rotation wasn't there, they just have won every game.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great one. He's 23-4. Wow.
23-4 in his 27. When his usage, I forget what the number was. It's like 19.6 or higher, going by Basketball References usage. You know, and it's like you can look at that a couple of ways. You could say, "Oh, the rumors are true." When he wants to be offensively engaged, you know, to get really going. But I don't know if I think that's a little unfair. Maybe it's just that they should involve him more offensively because he's a good offensive player, which he is.
He is. Yeah, I think it's more of like not only the threes that he's getting off the catch, but also like there's probably some transition sprinkled in there as a finisher. So it's probably a good sign of the offense.
Great steal from Mitchell Robinson. I mean, it went kind of right to him, but that was a good awareness.
It's the advantage of like keeping things on the sideline too. It's easier to pick those passes off.
Mo. Oh, this fucking kid. This
and that spot too, right? The right way.
I know.
It feels like he never misses from there.
Oh, I thought that was a clean steal. Who's down? Someone's down. Is that OG? Is he? I hope he's not in foul trouble. It was a really nice drive and kick for OG, by the way.
Yeah.
To start the dominoes falling down.
Yep.
I will maybe next time out or something we could talk about where on the Mohamed Diawara irrational excitement scale you are, because you had a tweet the other day that I saw and I was like, it's okay. You can be high.
Someone responded like that Patrick Ewing fellow was pretty good, and I'm like, well, I didn't say he would be the greatest draft pick of all time. I said one of, and it's obviously based a lot on where he was taken. But yeah, I can't, like a 6'8" wing that can shoot in this way and can defend in this what he's shown at 20 whatever years old. I just think it's pretty irrational. Hey, Mitch.
Jose with a beautiful
those lobs, man.
To Mitchell Robinson. He likes throwing them to Mitch, it seems like.
Yeah, now Mitch, if he gets fouled in the next possession, should go 2 for 2 from the free throw line because he touched the ball and it's feeling good.
You know,
Mitch.
I didn't engage with any of it. I refuse. I've known Mitchell Robinson for too long.
I know.
It's just.
Well, he even said that he's fine with whatever is being asked of him, which he should be. He's making a lot of money doing this.
Yes.
Jose's shooting's been a little off since that Philly game, right? You take that.
I mean, his numbers on the year with the Knicks individually are not great. Even with the Philly game, as of I think it was, when did I write the Jose? I wrote a Jose article, but I think it was before the last 2 games. He was at 33% from 3. I'll look up whatever. Actually,
and his impact has been obvious. Like he's been a really good addition. It's not.
I mean, the on-off numbers are.
Yeah, it's not a criticism, but you would, especially come playoff time, just would like to see that 3-point shot come around a little bit more.
Yeah, so non-garbage.
He's been a pretty good shooter his career.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're talking about a couple of percentage points. He's 33% on non-garbage time threes with the Knicks. I think the issue is that you would have said that his strength is as an above the break 3-point shooter, specifically on pull-ups, and he's 8 for 30 above the break. With the Knicks.
And he has taken some very audacious threes. But that's part of his, what makes him so electric is that he brings an element of chaos to the team that they didn't have. And that is something where he's going to take a pull-up three that you're going to probably like want to take back every now and then, but he's going to make some. And he's got,
who did a lot of that? Who brought a lot of that? Campaign.
There you go. Yeah. And you know what? And we've talked about missing that element.
Yes.
Off the bench for sure.
No, what I love about Jose is what we're seeing right here, not letting the opposing ball handler get the ball up court without a little bit of a headache. Mitch, you bit. Why would you bite on him from 18 feet? He knows too. He knows better.
It's his
instantly.
Yeah, he's cleaned up so many of the foul stuff in his career, but it's the one thing with him against shooters, because he still has it in the back of his mind. Like I block jump shots. Like that's my thing. So he's always focused on that. But he knew it.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so it was tied at 29 all after the Knicks went on a 12-2 run. And the Raptors just took the lead again with this free throw. Again, I have, other than a couple of defensive possessions, you would have maybe liked the coverage to be a little cleaner. I have like no complaints with how the Knicks are playing in this game so far.
None. No. Me either.
No. So they don't have to rush to go for 2 for 1. Nice relocation by Bridges. What a relocate. Oh, beautiful. And great job by Brunson, obviously seeing it.
Yep. And the advantage of staying on 2 feet. You always get your outlet pass available to you.
I would have killed me if that went in. Okay.
I just think the Knicks have done a better job of keeping things pretty heavy on that strong side and forcing those skip passes and then just rotating out of it. They had that one Pirtle play where I thought they messed it up.
No.
Timing on that pass just wasn't perfect.
And yet, after all that, the Knicks come out of the first quarter with the lead, 32-31. We'll do a very quick reset here in terms of some stats from the first quarter. So the Knicks ended up out shooting the Raptors pretty significantly, 63% to 50%, although it's really, the Raptors still did pretty well. Raptors, after their hot start from 3, cooled off, finished the first quarter shooting 4 of 10 from downtown. Big difference in terms of the Raptors' advantage. They got the line 9 times. Knicks only 5. And how about this number? Man. How many? I don't know if you're looking at it. How many assists do you think the Knicks have had on 12 field goals?
9?
10.
10
on 12.
We both noticed it, right? The first couple possessions, they had a good flow to them.
And it would have been here's really, this is more than the free throws. This is why the Knicks are not up by 6 or 7 points. 4 turnovers, and the Raptors 8 points off of those 4 turnovers. And the one thing the Knicks have done a very good job of, I should say very good job. They've done a much better job of this season. Is their transition defense. I think it started out pretty rough, and then has gotten better as the year has gone on. Small sample size, but when I was doing my Alvarado deep dive at the end of last week, when he's on the floor, their transition defense gets like much, much better.
Okay.
I just because he's an energy guy. He's always running back, and
Yeah. Him. I think Bridges has had a really good impact on that in that area. It's been a Mike Brown ethos, right? Transition defense, which was like why it was such a alarming aspect to their struggles earlier in the year. but they've cleaned it up. And, it's not just the effort to get back. It's to know whose responsibility is to get back, especially on like an above the break three. Like it's got to come from the wing or the corner because of the shooter taking the shot where he's taking it. So it's a lot of it is just connectivity. And that to me is like been of all the things that has been better. It's like this team for the first time consistently is connected in terms of their defensive performance. And it felt like last year was spotty and playoffs like better, but this year I think it's been a more sustained, attribute to them.
Listen, if you're number one in defense for 18 games, I'm gonna fuck who you play in those 18. Like number one is number one, and that's not 8 games, that's 18 games.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice contest from Cat there to just go vertical and make the shot more difficult.
Yep. And good off the ball defense by Alvarado to just slow that possession down a little bit.
Yep.
And by the time quickly got to it, it was under 5. Oh, he's feeling it.
Oh,
just staring down RJ Barrett. You don't think he had a little extra on that one?
Listen, I have some regrets in my days as a Knicks content creator. My instant reaction to the OG Anunoby trade is not one of them. I knew in the moment what they got. Now, it doesn't mean OG's the perfect fit in every way, but he is very good. Nice drive, Cat. Very nice. Well done.
To hold possession, he screens once, they don't get it, rescreen. Now he's got an angle, pocket passes open. Alvarado's just been distributing.
Is he buying in more? Is he just been better? What are you seeing with Cat?
Buying. Well, I think it's probably a combination of the two, but to me, it's just more of it just feels like everything is very assertive right now. Like his drives, like there's a plan. There's
decisive.
There's a decisive aspect to him. The driving kicks that have just been a revelation in the last handful of games.
Yep.
Coupled in the San Antonio game, and just his screening has never been like his most amazing attribute because he never really needed to because of his shooting gravity. But he needed, because the screen was set underneath below the 3-point line, like he needed to set a good screen to open up the roll and just to stay in it and rescreen and finally get that pocket pass to open up. And it also probably helps that Alvarado is, he's a distributor. Like he knows if there's going to be an opening, he's going to get it. Where I think with the Brunson aspect, he's probably in the back of his mind, like, is this a Brunson possession? Is this a me possession? Here, there, and we've talked about this for like campaign providing that ability in Kolek and in times this year, just to know that he can play with those guys and sort of operate as priority number one is, I think, a big benefit for him in those moments.
Yeah. Whatever it is, like, other than the Cavs game, and I went back and it's funny. I don't, but the Cavs game was on my wife's birthday. So my birthday present to her was I did not watch it live.
Mm-hmm.
We did a family movie night. So I got up the next morning and I saw Cat's stat line, perfect from the field, but only 5 shots. So as I rewatched, I've had an eye on him, and like, it's weird. I did some of it was on him. Like he had a couple of obviously some offensive fouls. There were a couple of turnovers. But it was just I think there are just some teams that they have to work overdrive to get him more involved against. I don't know if there's a better way to say it. Now, it doesn't mean that they shouldn't, or it doesn't mean that they can't, but that was my sense watching that game. And that is going to have to be a hurdle they have to overcome, I think.
Yeah. And it's always tougher when you have X5 guarding Hart, as we saw in the Spurs game, but there's, that's when it's on Mike Brown to be more creative in those ways, because it's going to be more Hart involved in the on-ball action, but that doesn't mean Cat is now going to be regulated to this hyper role player. He can still be a big time threat. Yeah.
Oh, come on. So that's a chicken shit foul on Cat against Brandon Ingram. Knicks were up 37-31. They had taken a 6-point lead after the N1 with Towns.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, it wasn't an N1 with Towns. It was
no, it was just it
was two. Could have been a foul.
Could have been a foul.
Oh, Clyde's got the cow tie on. Yeah, ball don't lie. Okay, there we go. Cat bringing the ball up. Look at this. What is he doing? What is he working with here? What is going on? This is silly. What is happening? I don't know what
was a Cat dribbling 8 times and taking a 3 possession. Interesting.
Have we seen a possession like that this year?
Oh.
What did he see that he was like, I got this one, guys, as RJ floats one in? That was strange. Okay.
Yep.
I would have liked him to kick it out to Jose in the corner there. And just like that, we have a tie ball game, 37-all. All right, after we just got done praising Cat, a couple of questionable decisions from him. And then we had an offensive foul, of course.
All right.
Yeah, we've not seen one of these stretches from Cat in a little while.
No. And that was an obvious one.
Yeah, that was bad. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened coming out of that timeout, but that has not been great. Okay, so we're tied at 37. And then Jose now gets called for a foul on quickly. All right, so the Knicks got to get their composure back here a little bit.
Yeah, agreed.
What was this timeout? Mike Brown, probably, I would guess. Yeah, that was a funky little stretch.
Yeah, really weird. Listen, the Ingram shot. I know that was a tough foul on Cat. Just really weird. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much analysis beyond that. That was strange. To come out of that Raptors timeout and just give up the lead in that way.
Yeah, and that was annoying, especially because like the game had been really going very nicely up until that point, where you withstood some really hot shooting, you came back, you got the lead, you actually made a little push to start the quarter, and you could have seen the game going maybe, and not that it still can't, but if it was kept following that script, you would have maybe gained a little bit more separation, and now you're back tied. This is not it. Again, it's not that this isn't a team. Like it's not that you can't beat the Raptors in a close game. Obviously, you can, but there are certain teams where I think if you could just put them away without having to go down to the wire, you'd rather, because this team's gonna be a pain in the ass if it's a close game down the stretch. Especially a team that's probably confidence-wise, like not the best against this Knicks team. So if you do get up 10, 12 points, it could really start to snowball for them. Yes. Give me 1 second. I have to take this. Take your time. Yeah. Real quick. I will take a look at some. Hang on here. Take a look at some comments in the chat here. Got bolt yourself in. The Raptors full court press a lot, so we're going to see strange things bringing the ball up the court. Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of the Raptors' strengths as a team is the fact that they play with like a ton of energy, and I think you actually kind of see that play out in their record against top teams. There was a tweet going around today about their record versus top 10 teams and their record versus everybody else, and they're unsurprisingly a lot better against the rest of the league as opposed to top 10. It's because the effort stuff can go a long way against most of the league. It kind of runs a little bit dry when you're talking about the very best teams. But like, yeah, I mean, they're 4th in the NBA in turnover percentage in terms of forcing turnover percentage. So their full court press and stuff has a lot to do with that. And it's just something that like you have to be prepared for coming into the game. And, for the most part, save for a couple of possessions, I think the Knicks have done an okay job. Cat, worst whistle in the league, is back. I never know what to do with the Cat whistle stuff because I agree he does not get a quote unquote star whistle, And as the Knicks force a 5-second violation. Very good job. Good defense from Cat there. But at the same time, I don't think beautiful pass ahead to Shamet. Okay, great. Good job after coming out of that timeout. I think there's more that Cat could do. I'll just say that. All right. So we're back here. We got 9:08, 9:07, 9:06. If you're keeping up with us. Again, apologies. We're a couple minutes behind, I think, where most people's broadcasts are. We'll see if we can't speed it up a little bit at halftime and get a little bit closer to where the actual live game action is. But other than that little 1 minute brain fart where the Knicks or where the Raptors scored 6 straight, this has been a good game. Let me get DJ back up here. Okay.
All right. Knicks scored. What happened?
Yes, it was so they forced a 5-second violation on the Raptors, and then Cat threw a beautiful look ahead pass from out of bounds to Shamet, who laid it up and in.
Oh, okay.
Get that rebound. There we go. Good, strong rebound, Mikal. Nice finish, Jose.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those big boy finishes.
That's
flexing. Yeah.
That's yes, perfect terminology. Come on, Mikal. Stay strong. Stay strong. Stay strong. Good help. Good help. Good recovery. That was an exceptional defensive possession all the way around.
And Cat with that offhand, one-handed rebound, man. He's just his hands. Great pass. Great cut.
Everything.
Yes.
There we go. Now we're back to playing Knicks basketball. Nice little 6-0 roll. Good response after you had a little brain fart. Is that on the floor? Mikal fouls RJ for some reason. I guess maybe RJ just had to step on him. What replay is this? Oh, this was from a few possessions ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hart's defense has been much better lately.
Yeah, then this group, especially Alvarado and Shamet, like they'll get into the ball. No foul?
I was about to say Jose was trying to draw it. The whistle has not been even tonight.
It doesn't seem like that. No,
it has not been even. And you know me, I'm not a rough bashing guy, but it seems pretty palpable tonight. Take that, Cat. No foul. I'd like to see a replay on that. He got him on the hand. He got him on the hand before the ball.
Like, did he? I missed that. Yeah,
from my vantage point, I thought he did.
Yeah.
Hey, giddy up. You love to see the bench getting up in support of Cat after he makes that 3. It's always good. You love to see now on the defensive possession, everybody pointing. Cat a little late to get position. Oh, again, no foul. Get in there.
Look up.
Is a nice little push for them.
Yes.
All right, 48, 39, 7, 6, 57, 656.
Oh!
Hello. What was that?
Okay.
What was Cat guarding up on?
I don't know.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to see that one again. Yes, Mr. Fabro. I see the comment. Again, apologies to everybody who's just tuning in. We're like 2 minutes behind. So Cat jumped to the pass, jumped RJ's pass, attempted pass to Pirtle. I guess RJ just didn't think Cat was.
Yeah. Didn't anticipate that. You know what? I don't necessarily blame RJ for not thinking.
I mean, it's not like Cat's up there playing at the level very often, but he wanted that one. So, okay. So here we go. This is exactly what you were referring to before. Knicks are up 11. Toronto, maybe shaky confidence against this team. Can you keep pushing it a little bit? I just want to go back to something you said earlier because it's such a great point and it hasn't been made nearly enough. considering how much hand-wringing we did about it last year when you talked about the connectivity and the communication and how together they are playing on defense. Because more than anything, how many times did we hear those like buzzwords in a negative sense last season, talking about last season's team? And it was like, is this team ever going to get connected on defense? And it was like, listen, call a spade a spade. That was under Tom Thibodeau, who, had even if the reputation kind of was not earned in his time in New York because their offense was always better than their defenses, like his reputation of a defensive coach, sure seems like they're a little bit more connected defensively under Mike Brown.
Can't argue against it. And yeah, it's helped that he's sort of simplified how they're defending, and that'll obviously Cat. Listen, I'll just say one real quick on that. Like, he gets these, they call it a ram screen, where they're screening him before he gets to the actual ball screen. He's been better at eluding them, and that time he just goes right through it.
He did not elude.
No, he's been so much better at it. And, you just have to communicate. That's the connection and the communication of like knowing that screen's coming. Just get around that. You didn't need to go. That was an unnecessary foul there, obviously. But it's simplifying the defense has certainly helped a lot. But and reps, the team's now 2 years into this thing. Ingram's starting to miss these middies.
Just really wonderful effort by Shamet on getting around the screen and then the rescreen. Oh, all right. Now it's 5-on-3. Come on, catch up to the play. Catch up to the play. And then Mitch fell asleep on the board, but thankfully,
Ooh.
Oh, Josh.
All right.
This is a fun little sequence. Hit that. Shamet's had some open misses of late. He's shooting it great, so I can't complain. But he's at the point where you expect everyone to go in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially an open corner three.
Yeah. So we got Barnes with the and one at the rim. A little surprised he didn't bring Brunson back here midway through the second quarter with Cat going out.
Yeah, he's just obviously Alvarado's been such a instigator in a good way in this game for the Knicks that he's kind of riding with it.
And now here's Brunson.
Here's Brunson. Wonder what Alvarado's plus minus. I know, crazy talking about plus minus in the first quarter, but it just feels like it's been pretty awesome. And he's obviously staying in the game to play with Brunson in this stint.
Well, this I like a lot, and I tweeted about this last week that a lineup that I'd love to see. Hold on, what do we got? This is an interesting possession. Ending in a Josh Hart fadeaway mini, but you know what? He's been good at those all year when Victor Wembanyama is not in the
It's good contact for sure.
Different rules, as you said in the Patreon video. Different rules for that guy. Hold on, I'll get back to my point in a second. Let's see how this plays. So that was one where Mitch, the foot speed wasn't there.
Foot speed and the technique as feet crossed a little bit.
So the point, finally a foul called. The point I was going to make about a lineup that I wouldn't mind seeing, and we haven't gotten it at all yet this year, is the Brunson Alvarado. I know they just traded for Jose, but still, the Brunson Alvarado combo with Mitch and Cat.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I just think it's an interesting little mix of all the different things you kind of want on the court at the same time. Oh, they're challenging this. Okay. Well, see what happens.
And then insert whatever wing you feel is.
OG would look pretty nice in between them.
Yeah,
that combination of players. It's something I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, nice. I think the Towns Robinson pairing, it needs a little life. Just doesn't feel like it's
in what sense? What do you mean when you say that?
I just haven't felt like it's been consistently good this year. And I don't feel like, there's been times where they've exerted their will on the offensive glass, and it's been really impactful, and defensively it's a lot for teams to have to go through on that back line. I just haven't I think that's going to get overturned. I just haven't felt like it's been what you'd hoped going into the year, and I think it's going to have to be a real option in the playoffs, depending on the matchup. So I think if you could figure out a way to get those two guys playing well, and maybe pairing it with two lead ball handlers could be a nice way.
I agree with you. I just think it's something that like it is a tool in your toolbox. And so maybe invest a little bit more time in sharpening it. Austin says, am I crazy or we're getting jobbed by these zebras? Of course.
The Knicks have not gotten it felt like it was going to be overturned. Knicks have not gotten the benefit of the whistle tonight, although that one felt like a legitimate overturn. Brunson usually gets that call, but
it's not so much that one as it is. I just think the whistle has been one-sided tonight. We got S. Ben here. This team has turned a corner. Book it. Listen. If they have that, to me, the implication you're making is that the inconsistency is done, and that they're going to be like pretty much the same team whenever they come out the rest of the year. I'm always skeptical about that because it's just I feel like inconsistency is part of this team's DNA. Come on, win this tip, Mitch. Jeez. That's a high leap from Barnes.
Yeah, I think they both have the same wingspan, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that might be true.
Yeah.
Maybe DOR should have jumped it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, what a what was that? A rear contest by Hart?
Oh man, my feed cut out. We need to fix this at halftime, but
we'll get you on. We'll go on League Pass.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Get in there. There it is. That's a great pass from Hart. I know Hart's numbers aren't jumping off the page. I've liked how he's played tonight.
Yeah. Second or third.
Out.
All right.
Come on. Close this half strong. Got a 10-point lead here. Oh, made up for the missed corner one.
Yeah, someone tweeted the other day about this Brunson Shamet pick and roll. It's been
I missed that one.
Lethal. Yeah, it's been their points per possession on that action is insanely high right now.
Another freaking Raptor and one situation here.
Yeah, their free throws, right, have to be the only thing keeping them connected here.
One
of the things.
They've taken a ton, and I'm sure that will be a point of emphasis. I mean, that was a little bit of weak sauce. Look at this rear contest block. Wow, what a play by Hart.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the Shamet Brunson ball screen. It just, if Shamet's screening for Brunson, it's one of those things where if you put your worst defender on Shamet, you don't really want to switch that. Nope. And if he's flying out and kind of ghosting into these open threes, it's creating this like Brunson havoc of an on-ball creator than the Shamet shooting. You could see how that can really throw a wrench in a defense.
And I love that they're going to it. That was a dime by Hart to a cutting Shamet. Wow. I like this combo. It's a fun little lineup that's on the floor right now.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here. That was a hell of a shot.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ingram can do that. As Shamet gets knocked down, and there's no call, of course. All right, what do we got going on here? There you go. Kick that out.
All right, we got 2 on Brunson. Yeah.
That's no hesitation. Hey,
None.
Do you think maybe he doesn't know the meaning of the word hesitation? Is there a word for hesitation in French?
Whatever the Knicks coaching staff is ingrained in him, it's been it's obscene. 28% shooter last year in whatever league he played in. Like it's absurd.
Yes.
Oh man. Raptors aggressively having Brunson. Ooh, Mitch. All right. I mean, another Hart. Good luck. That's a tough pass for Mitch to catch on a line.
Yes. I mean, if the shooting is real, if this is what the shot is, then this is going to be a very interesting conversation. Nice. Good everything there.
Got numbers here. You want it?
Yeah. Okay. What are we doing? So we got Mamu on Hart. What are we doing with it? All right, let's see this in real time. How's this going to play out? We got Hart screening. We got 2 on the ball. We got Hart now sprung. 4-on-3 situation. Another 3-point opportunity for Mo. I probably would have rather Shamet just taken that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thought he had the shot off the catch.
Yeah. All right, Raptors staying connected here.
Yeah, just don't give up a 6-0 run here to end the half.
Yeah, go in with a 10-point, 9, 10, 11, something like that. You want to make sure it's around there, because otherwise you're going to give them the momentum here. Come on, get in there. It's a good look from I don't mind that shot from Jalen. I know it's against Barnes, but that was all right. Now Ingram. Now what's this timeout, Brown?
Yeah. The only thing on that Brunson shot, I don't love possessions where it's a Brunson only,
where he's the only one touches the ball,
touching the ball, and it's a mid-range shot. Like if he does that and he walks into an open 3, or it's a rim attempt, but if it's like all that to just take a mid-range contested look, that's the ones I think if he has to take some of that because it's just how he's wired. But if you could remove most of them from the shot diet, I think you're better off for it. Not just as an individual, but as like a distributor and a point guard. I think it's better basketball.
It is. You're 100% right.
They're who's this? I forget his name. It'll come to me. He's a lead assistant on the 76ers. He runs their defense. I'll have to get his name for you. But he did this coaching clinic last year, and he talked about how the points per possession on shots where the point guard doesn't pass the ball and it's a mid-ranger, how as a defense, that's literally the exact outcome you want. That's the shot you want because of not only the points per possession of what you would make on that, but also like the downstream impact on offense, because no one else is touching it. If you're giving up those shots, you're in such a good spot as a defense. And Brunson is his own tier in terms of shot makers, but I still think you just
the point remains.
Don't need it. Yeah.
The point remains, and I think there's always a balance there too, because he is like he has there's an internal something in Brunson about like how he gets himself going, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But
yep,
and especially when, and this is the interesting part to me, is like the lineups where he is clearly, what is this? Where he is clearly like the guy on the floor. Oh, so there was a tech. There must have been a tech. I don't know who the tech was on, but just like that, we're down to a 6-point lead, which is exactly the thing we said we did not want.
Yeah. Brian Gates was the assistant coach I was trying to think of.
Look at you consuming coaching clinics in the off season. I love
it. That's what I do. And that was a good one, that particular Brian Gates session. All right, so center on Hart again.
So, by the way, we should say no center in the game. Beautiful finish by Brunson there.
You're right. Yeah.
So Bondi tweeted it out. Mitch was limping, and they took him out of the game. We hope he's all right.
Yeah, I thought I saw him on the bench. It was not like he seemed like he's decent shape, I guess. All right.
Okay, so you could go for a 2-for-1 here, but if you're going to do it, you better do it quick. And it's a foul on Toronto. Look at that. What do you know? It is possible. Limping off the court at halftime. Not a good sign for his return. That's not good. This would put an absolute shit-shaped cloud over all the good stuff that's been happening with the Knicks if Mitchell Robinson is down for any period of time. So Cosmic Thumper is saying he landed on someone's foot and it looked like he rolled his ankle. I mean, we'll have to see. I'm sure there's replays already out because we're, again, a little bit behind. By the way, we're at 38.2 seconds. Knicks up 64-56. Josh Hart with a very nice. There's
Great
been a
finish.
really nice little second quarter from Josh Hart. Really good second quarter. Okay, and you got a 11-second differential. Okay, come on, go into halftime with double-digit lead. Come on, you could do this. It's a stop or a score. You only need one. Nah, that was annoying. A little too easy from RJ there.
Strong fella, man. So
he is that. He is that. Okay, come on. Let's get a move on, maybe. Oh my God.
wow.
The things that he does that he makes look so easy.
Yeah. And if you're Barnes, you're so annoyed at your teammates for not supporting you on that one. Like yeah, you're power forward trying to pick up a point guard full court. You have no backline support. All right, you're a 10-point lead. You're in good shape.
Listen, after how the Raptors came out shooting the ball and you were down, what were they down by 7 at one point? I think early on.
Sounds right.
10-point lead halftime on the road against a pretty good team. We could, again, it's a good matchup for the Knicks. Is what it is. All right, Deej, why don't you take a little breather and then we'll come back 5 minutes left in halftime and we'll re-sync up. Which actually means you should come back in 8 minutes because we're a few minutes behind.
Okay. Got it. All right, I'll see you in a bit.
And I'll stay on here to shoot the shit with whoever wants to shoot the shit. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out and see if I can find a replay of the Mitch thing on Twitter. Let's see. My guess is that Mitchell Robinson will not be coming back, but I hope I'm wrong. I just they're gonna play it safe with him. Again, that's my guess. Let's see. Someone must have a video of this. If anybody sees a video on Twitter, why don't you do me a favor? Well, first of all, thanks to everybody for watching. We have over 600 people watching our Tuesday night watch along here. Shout out to all of you. If you're watching on Twitter, hello. If you are, and if you're watching on the YouTube, shout out to you. Give a good old like to the video. That always helps us out. And if anybody wants to put, if anybody has seen or has a video that they've been able to grab, of Mitch with the ankle situation, feel free to put it in and I'll take a look. Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll keep a look for it. All right. So what do we got here in the chat? Daniel Beressport. I think Beressport. Daniel Berry. Sports highlight. I don't know what it is. Happy Tuesday. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you. We got Chance Little. I'm pumped for how well the Knicks are playing right now, going to my first ever Knicks game versus the Clippers. So I guess you're going in LA. That's awesome. Being from KS, tough to justify a trip to New York this time of year. Again, my brain no longer functions since I've crossed 40 years old. So I don't know what Kansas? Maybe Kansas? I know KS is short for Kansas. That's awesome though. Yes, Kansas. Okay, I was right. That's really cool. I'm jealous you get to go to the Intuit Dome. I think I've mentioned this before. My wife and I, in the 4 summers before were we together for 4 summers before we had kids? 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. Yeah. I'm pretty sure every one of those summers we went to 3 ballparks in each of the Major League Baseball ballparks. Because it was the summer and, we had the opportunity to. I would love to do the same thing for basketball arenas at some point before I get too old. And my wife's on board too. But Intuit Dome and obviously whatever it is, Staples, I guess. Is it called Staples? No, Crypto, the Crypt. I would love to catch both of those, but that would require being in LA during the basketball season. That's the other part that's tough. Is like if I'm doing this, it's it's tough to travel around the basketball arenas during the season. In any case, that's awesome. I hope they win that game. Got a question from Drew P here. What's your expectations for Mo Diawara, ceiling and floor? Man. I mean, look, the floor is pretty easy. The floor is he's a guy that, the shot turns out to be small sample size theater, and it becomes more inconsistent than we've seen. And he is a guy who is like, on the fringes of rotation for a while, a couple of years, and then he's like out of the league. That's the absolute floor. The ceiling is he's just a high 30s 3-point shooter on volume that defends like this and is going to start to learn the game and like stop making rookie mistakes. That is with the ball skills he's already shown and with some of the passes he's already shown, like I know there were some questions with his handle coming into the draft. I don't know, man. The handle looks pretty fucking good to me. Like, I don't know who the player comp is, but like starter on a really good team, like fifth starter on a contending team. And then there's stuff you can't account for. Like if you go back and watch Pascal Siakam as a rookie, nobody saw this because he just kept developing and developing and developing. I don't know. I guess Siakam is the ceiling. I know that's been the overused comp, but like, I mean, shit, Siakam's a 2-time All-NBA player. Second best player on a finals team. That's insane. Like that seems so unfair to even put on him, even as like a 99th percentile outcome. And yet, if you really ask me, like, what's the ceiling based on what little we've seen? I think that doesn't that kind of have to be the ceiling? I don't know. What do we got here? My buddy Christopher Halecki. How you doing, man? Just enjoying a good Knick game with my wife. That's awesome. Please, best to your wife, best to you. Hope the season's been good for you, man. It's been a fun game tonight, which we should probably check in on some halftime stats really quick. I didn't do that. So 10-point lead, 68-58. Man, Knicks like 68 points. That kind of snuck up on me. Pretty good scoring half. Helps when you shoot 68% from the field. Holy shit. I did not even realize that. Damn, 68% from the field, 68 points. That's I'll sign up for that every time. Now, you'd like to be up more than 10 when you're shooting 68% and the opposing team is shooting 50%. Of course, the 13 free throws for the Raps is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. I'm sure they're going to talk about that at halftime. So that's the big stat for Toronto, and they've made 12. Man, the Raptors are only 27% from 3, 4 of 15. The Knicks are 7 of 14. So again, the free throws literally are keeping the Raptors in the game. That's the only thing. Oh my goodness, Knicks 22 assists on 28 made field goals. Man, that's awesome. That's really good. That's a great number. And then 8 turnovers, but there were 4 turnovers in the first quarter, 8 points off those 4 turnovers, 4 more turnovers in the second quarter, 0 Raptors points off of those 4 turnovers. So that's nice. At least they aren't giving up points off the turnovers anymore, which is nice. Oscar, less than 1 month to go for my trip to New York, John. Well, we can't wait for your arrival, Oscar. New York is waiting with bated breath. I am AK Legend. If Mitch is out, what are the chances Brown actually tries Sohan at the 5? I mean, honestly, why not? And again, I know, and I agree with DJ. Like, Huck Porty's been good defensively. I would try Sohan there. because why not? Cosmic Thumper, got to give credit to the Knicks scouting talent on many of their recent second-round picks. Kolek, Deuce, Muhammad Diawara. Yeah, I mean, Walt Perrin. They got him from Utah for a reason. He's one of the best in the business. And Dave, look, Leon Rose's drafting record, I think, was probably coming into this year. But if you had looked at it earlier in the season, I think you would have said spotty at best. The Mo pick is turning it around. All right. Dave, DA Viking, the Vikings fan, 420. John, what's your favorite Modern Warfare 2 sniper? And then he puts in parentheses 2009. I'm going to assume that Modern Warfare 2 is a video game from 2009. And I cannot say sitting here right now that I know any character names. I could tell you who my favorite racer is in Mario Kart. It's Toad. So, there's that. The word is that Mitchell Robinson is fine. That's per Stephen Bondi. Good. I get to ask DJ this question. I can't wait to get DJ's response to this. DJ, what is your favorite Modern Warfare 2 sniper?
What is that?
I assumed it was a video game.
I guess that's my assumption. Is it not?
I don't know. I'm assuming it is.
I think Modern War. Yeah, that's a video game, right?
Yeah.
I did hear Toad is your favorite Mario Kart.
Toad is my favorite racer in Mario Kart.
Got it. I was Yoshi. I'm a Yoshi.
Okay.
I'm always Yoshi.
That's good.
Yeah.
Caleb Pawelski, don't look now, but Yabu with 15 and 8 in the second quarter. Bulls within 5 of the Thunder. Listen, if you don't care about playing defense and you want to throw Yabu out there at the 5, he's a great player to have on your roster. I do not think it is sustainable if you are intending to win long term. Not to say that he was used great here. He was not used great here, but
yeah. And one of those things where you bring the guy in before the head coach, but it's the timing of how that was. But yeah, the amount of time I spent researching and analyzing the Yabu experience before, he came out before game started. I'll never get those hours back. Watching all those Philadelphia games with him, looking really good at times. Yeah.
Okay. Well, last question, then we're going to sync up again. Sri, John, how do you guys choose which games to do a watch along to? All the playoff games and key regular season games? ? A lot of times it's just life. I'll just be honest. Like DJ has children. I have children. Benji has one of the before everything recently, and our hearts are still with Benji for everything his family's been going through. But we could both report he's doing okay. In any case, like he has children, and so like, for instance, tomorrow is my younger daughter's birthday tomorrow. I would have loved to do the OKC game, but my wife is like, can you be like present for part of the night? So, I'm going to be watching the first half of the Thunder game, probably on my like laptop or something, as we're eating cake or whatever it is. So a lot of times it's just life. And we do try to do them during the week though. So it's basically like, what is the weekday that multiple people are available for? And it's like that's the short answer. It'd be great if we could be present for all the big games, but in any case, okay. I didn't see this. Did you see Draymond's comments defending Nico Harrison? I didn't see this.
No, did not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at
that. All right. You want to sync up here?
Yeah. So are you're watching, you got on League Pass now, right?
I do. I have a League Pass. I'm seeing Mitch limp off, showing a replay of him limping off at halftime.
Okay. So I am on a commercial for Thunder versus Knicks.
Okay. So I am not ahead of you. But they're about to inbound the ball.
Oh, okay. So great. So let me fast forward.
I'll just pause it here in a minute. So I have a good moment here to sync up. All right. Raptors have just inbounded the ball.
Okay. So I am. Okay. So pause it for a sec.
Yep.
And
Pause.
I will let you know when they inbound it. So now, wow, now you're ahead of me. Okay, great. All right, I'm seeing Mitchell Robinson on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now they've inbounded the ball quickly, just crossed half court, and now
Okay.
he's
Pause it for me.
Pause it. Okay.
All right. Let me know. I'm at 11:51, 50, 11:49, 48, 47.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
We're both at 11:41 right now. I think that should be. Hopefully, that's good.
All right. I think I'm a second ahead of you. I'll keep quiet.
So we got Cat at the ball, top of the key. So Raptors scored on the first possession. And let's see how the Knicks come out here in the third quarter as far as their offensive process, which was very good to start the game. It was a Brunson ISO possession there, but it ended well. So
reverse pivot, fade away from the left elbow. He's the best in the league at that shot.
Yes, he is.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, foul. There we go. Why are you dipping your head, Deej?
It's the one NBA foul that just all the good guards, they just bait players into doing, and it just looks terrible every time, and I just wish they didn't call it. It's the Trae Young, the Harden does this constantly, obviously quickly here. Not a play that Brunson does often.
I was about to say Brunson does not engage in that particular type of foul.
Not that one. Yeah, it just looks bad. Quickly with his, so he doesn't. Most shooters they have their dominant side. So if he's a right-hand shooter, usually the right foot is a little bit ahead and maybe even like angled towards the left a little bit. He's completely square, which has always been like an awkward way of shooting for me. And just most players you'll see are a little bit staggered with their foot placement. So he's a bit of a misnomer there. Kick that out. All right.
We had the same exact thought, but he converted it. Now he's got to get back. Because now, he got back. Who you guarding? Good. That was, come on. Get the board. There we go. Okay. He hustled back.
He did.
Yeah.
Tough shot. And
I didn't need that shot there. Good defense from Hart here.
Yeah, he gets into the ball really well against Ingram. Man, Pirtle just has no lift.
Yeah, and they gambled off of him. Oh, Josh.
He always blames the condensation on the hands.
Yeah, clearly.
All right. The one guy you can't leave open.
I was about to say, the one guy you can't lose. Oh, Jesus. All right, 72-65, a little under 10 to go. It's an important little stretch here. You want to maintain this advantage, ideally maybe build on it. Although I think the Knicks bench probably has an advantage in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Nice kick out.
3 seconds.
3 seconds?
Yeah. I loved everything about that possession until that last moment. Nice two-man game between Brunson and Cat. I thought Brunson made a great pass to lead him. Just didn't have the angle to finish it.
Yeah.
I liked how, Cat there's a freedom to his game in this one, probably in part because, he knows he has Pirtle on him, that he's got like a comfort with the ball in his hands, but just liked how he's kind of moving around.
Yeah.
His ball handling looks nice. Drives him in.
Other than literally a 3 possession stretch in the first half, he's been really good. And Ingram with the corner 3. So you figured there was going to be some shooting regression on both sides, and now it's a 4-point lead. You don't want to. You don't want to let this get much closer here. That's a hell of a.
Ooh, give me goaltend.
Goaltend.
Yeah.
Goaltend. They called it.
Another pocket pass with Cat rolling. Yeah. Both Brunson and Alvarado have gotten him on that a couple times.
Oh, yeah. Man, Barnes elevates. My Lord.
Man, the offense is just still spotty for him, but his defense this year has just been at another level.
Yeah,
Great job by Bridges blowing up that DHO and then helping on the quickly. It's okay. I mean, it's not a great possession when it's a Pirtle floater. I thought the Knicks defended that really well.
Yeah. The defense has been active. There's been a couple of mistakes here and there, but the defense has been good. What? Wait, what's the call?
Why not count that?
I have no idea. It was a foul before the shot. Had to be. Yeah, it was a foul before the shot.
But when did? All right. Yeah, no shot. All right.
Still pretty freaking impressive.
Jeez.
Cat.
Wild.
Oh God. Yeah, Papa Cat's not happy.
No, he wanted that one. He wanted that call.
Listen, he should. His son's playing well.
Cat is setting a lot of ball screens for Pirtle. Love that. Finish that.
Yeah.
Did you see what Cat just did?
I didn't see that. What did
he threw it over his head
for a second?
He just tossed the ball over his head and made it. Let's see if they get a replay on this. Watch this.
I saw the start of it.
Oh my God.
The Raptors could challenge this. No, they're not going to? Okay. Interesting. Can we make 2 free throws and give me my over? Of course he misses one. Come on, OG.
He's talking about it.
I would like Cat to shoot shots that count. If he's going to be shooting like this tonight,
yeah, right.
All right, that's 15 for OG. I need one more point for my over. Please and thank you. You got beat a little bit too easy there, Jalen, but got bailed out. But at the same, I shouldn't say bailed out. Good recovery by Mikal to put pressure on the catch there. Okay, what are we doing here? Is that off? That's off Toronto. Interesting. What'd you think of that little play?
Yeah, it's like they try to force in OG, then he screens, and then he doesn't actually. He kind of slips it. It's they've run it a few times, and with Cat as the handler, you can kind of see over the top of that.
Yeah.
Yes, that was nice. Kind of seeing a little bit of everything with Cat as a facilitator tonight. It's tough.
Another tough midi fadeaway over Barnes.
Yeah, he struggled with Barnes in the last matchup. He's India's shot in an uncomfortable manner right now.
Yeah.
All right, Knicks with high coverage against Ingram.
Ugh. All right, Raptors making a little push here. Give them credit. They're not going away. All right, so 75-73.
Yeah, that last one started with Cat getting beat on that hedge.
Yeah, he was completely out of the play.
Yeah.
And Raptors defending hard right now. Come on, get in there. Ugh. I mean, it's a good shot from Mikal, and Cat almost put that back, but hey, nice job, Josh. Come on, finish this. God, you had a 4-on-1, guys.
No, didn't get anything out of it.
All right. Listen, Josh has been good tonight. After a quiet first quarter, he's been good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hasn't taken a 3, right?
No. Has not attempted a 3. Has not attempted a lot of shots.
No, he hasn't. But yeah, he's, defensively on Ingram, he's had a really couple nice possessions.
Yeah. No, he's been good. I would say, I think everybody's played well tonight. So quick score update, 77-73. Raptors have shaved 6 points off the lead. I don't think it's because the Knicks have played poorly here in the third quarter. I think Raptors are playing better. What is your diagnosis of what we've seen in the first 5.5 minutes of the third?
I still like Cat's involvement in the initial action. I think they're doing a really good job of like making sure he is setting a lot of on-ball screens and using his gravity and playing off that. I think on the defensive end, there's been a couple of occasions where in both halves where their aggression in the Ingram ball screen with a big, and this is how they played him. That was a big adjustment in the third game where Ingram was sort of getting them in that mid-range, just having like a freedom to his scoring because the Knicks were kind of in a pseudo drop, and then they adjusted in the second half and were more aggressive, and they've carried that aggression over in this one. But there's been a couple of times where they've lost containment and it's created 4-on-3s on the back end, and they're giving up open threes because of that. So I just think it's more of the scheme is sound. You just have to you can't allow Ingram to get to your outside foot. And I think that's where Cat's gotten beat, at least in that last one. And that's the thing. If you're an offensive player and you know you're getting aggressively covered, if you can get to the big or whoever is guarding the screen to their outside foot, then you're guaranteeing yourself an advantage on the backside, and it's just too hard to rotate out of it. So just Cat's got to have a better angle. He's got to be able to slide a little better, and you should be fine. I think these Ingram possessions, and that's the thing with him, is like you're how much of it is going to sustainable for like big time offense. If he's not making 50% of his mid-rangers, he's going to have to be a creator, and you can take away that creation if you are sound in your scheme. And the Knicks just haven't been throughout the whole game. It hasn't been bad. Just you've seen the breakdowns.
Got to be a little bit better. A couple of super chats here. Bill Peter friend asks, do we want the Cavs or Pistons tonight? Is Tatum back Friday? Allegedly, Tatum is coming back. I've conceded the conference in terms of regular season record, so I'll root for the Pistons. I'd like the Cat. I don't want to fall to fourth. I will just say that.
Agreed.
Anthony, very nice comment here, likes us as a play-by-play combo. Thank you, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony, appreciate you.
Can't shake the Mitch scare. We're playing good, though. Yeah, they're playing well. I want to see Mitchell Robinson back on the court tonight. If we don't see Mitchell Robinson back on the court tonight, I'll be slightly concerned. Oh, he's back. He's back on right now. So great. And then last, Drew P says, starters net rating has been good, and it's gone. It's funny. I don't think the starters have played badly together tonight.
Well, yeah, and I think it's like when the Raptors go to their subs, that's where they're kind of losing a little bit of their edge. So I think it's, I don't know what is the true impact. I do think Alvarado specifically just was a big lift in the first half, and now you get OG on Ingram, great slide and contest.
Fantastic. So we got Brunson, Shamet, Mitch, OG, and Josh. So basically the same sub pattern as the first quarter, except no Diawara in right now, and OG is staying on. All right, what do we got going on here? That was kind of felt like a busted possession.
Yeah, it was a zoom action from Brunson to come off to a strong hand. It's been a lot of contested middies for Brunson.
Yeah,
not a lot of threes, nothing really at the rim.
Great finish from Josh Hart. Another strong finish from him.
Yep. One of the best below the rim finishers we've seen in a decade. To be as good as he is and rarely dunk the ball is a real skill.
Great contest by Mitch, and good job, Josh, getting to that rebound.
Yeah.
Come on, Landry.
You have to. Okay. We're a little off on our sync somehow.
What are you at right now?
I'm at 5:15.
Oh,
14,
okay. That's right.
13,
I'll pause. Hang
12.
On. Tell me when
10,
you get to
9.
5:03.
Okay, 5, 4, now.
Okay, we're good. All right. So, RJ gets fouled by Landry Shamet, of course. Landry looking exasperated.
I don't know what you're supposed to. I know he reached a little bit, but he's taking 2-3 like shoulders to his chest, and he's staying solid. And that's the reach. Great push by Hart, and then the cross court skip to Shamit. Nice job.
Big shot from Shamit. And another, RJ's taking his free throws. So, again, if everybody's syncing up, we're at 4:55. RJ just took first free throw. It's 82-74. Mo Diawara comes into the game for, I'm assuming, OG Anunoby.
Look like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then another comment. Thanks for the contributions, everybody. Super chats. Another one from Anthony. Jose inspired the team with his physical defense. He's one of the reasons they got him. You know, it's one of the reasons they got him, and he's really good at it. All right.
Yeah, not just the physicality, but also like he's just sheer passing. Like he had some nice looks in the first half as well.
Yeah.
All right. Great pass, Josh. All right.
That rebound. Gang rebounding. Nice. Josh is. What's wrong with Josh? Josh hurt his hand or Josh hurt his side?
I hope it's not that thing he had 2 years ago. Pulled muscle.
He wasn't in extreme pain, I don't think.
Hopefully it was like a shot. Like a knock the wind out of him.
What happened? Okay, let's watch the replay now. Oh!
Yeah. Mitch's left thigh got him in the.
That's a lot of Mitch going in. I don't mean to laugh, but that's a lot of Mitchell Robinson to go into.
Yes, it is.
Can I take a 30-second
yeah
break? All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're carrying
all right,
water
gotcha.
for a second.
Out of town scoreboard. Let's get a little look around the league. Cavaliers 101-97, 4:57 left in the fourth quarter there. As I agree with John, I am rooting for the Pistons to pull that one out. Don't think we're getting the 1 seed. Hornets winning again. They're up 17 with 5 minutes to go against the Mavericks. Magic up big against the Wizards. Heat up 16 against the Nets. It just, to be an NBA fan and have to like pay attention to some of these games, man, it's just brutal with the tanking and teams just not giving a shit. Sixers down 22 to the Spurs, 65-43 2 minutes ago in the second quarter. At the half, the Thunder only up 1 against the Bulls. Curious to know who the Thunder have playing in that one. I'm going to pull that up real quick. And what else we got here? At the half, Grizzlies up 5 against the T-Wolves. So let's look at Thunder and Bulls. Thunder got Jalen Williams, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, Carson Wallace, Lou Dort, Jared McKinney, Alex. So no Hartenstein, no Shea. Chet is playing. Okay, so they're down a few guys.
I'm back.
That one. Yeah, just talking about the Thunder up 1 against the Bulls. Thunder now.
Okay.
Yeah, still up 1. No SGA. No Hartenstein.
Yeah, I saw that. SGA, of course, sitting out tonight. First night of back-to-back. Negative Nancy, a.k.a. Armin. What a shock playing better without the starting 5. Look, Armin, no Knicks content creator on the planet has been harsher and more negative towards the starting 5 as me. I did not think the starting 5 played poorly tonight as a unit. Were they perfect? No, but I don't know. I feel like my antenna is usually pretty locked in with when they're just don't have it. I didn't think that was it tonight. It's like, did you feel the starting 5 was like that bad tonight, Deej?
No, I haven't. Now I look at the numbers and they're
getting outscored by a bunch, but
down 12, 36-24. Yeah, but I agree with you. It doesn't alarm bells have not shot off for me.
So we got Hart he's attempting his first 3. That was close. But at least I see him attempt a shot after he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yep.
So we got 82-74 Raps initiating a possession. We got Diawara, Mitch, and Shaman in the game, who immediately picks off a pass that was intended, assuming
Ingram.
Was okay.
Yeah, it was a rip screen for Ingram, and it's a block. Rare time Brunson gets blocked on a 3. Doesn't usually happen.
I feel like we never see him get blocked on 3s.
It's rare. I think I actually looked today. I think it was 3 times he's gotten blocked on 3s this year. Usually not by a guy with Jamal Shedd's stature. So hell of a block.
Yeah. Good job by him. All right, we got Mo, ball, top key, drive, stop. Jeez, this fucking kid.
Look at that, man. That's a big time
What are you supposed to make out of what he is doing?
I don't know, man. I have to just contain
some
semblance of excitement because it's
great steal, Josh. Come on, push. What do you got? Mo, corner. Okay.
Oh, he didn't have the laces. All right, good job, Mitch. Yep, get a foul.
When you were at halftime, somebody asked me ceiling and floor outcomes for Mo. And I said, look, if the shot's not real, he's, and the exuberance wears off. Like maybe he's like a fringe rotation player. That's the floor for me at this point. Mm-hmm. And maybe even that's a little bit too negative. Ceiling, like I said, like starter on a very like a contending team. Like, is that not high enough? Maybe I don't even know what to do.
That seems like that's where I am with like a realistic upside. Because if he's a plus defender and a real knockdown shooter.
Yeah. Oh my God, the audacity of that shot that he just took.
Yeah.
Didn't go down. I like that attempt.
Yeah. No, he got to the rim. Listen, some of the things with him is like, why can't he finish with a dunk? It's like it's a weird little quirk in his game. He just doesn't elevate. And that might be one of those things where it's just going to be a problem for him against finishing through contact. But listen, he doesn't have to be a dynamic finisher to be a good starter on a good team if he's shooting high volume, upper 30s and defending like we think he can defend.
Yes.
And passing the way he can pass. So that's the other that to me, it's like the swing skill is like the ball handling. Can he get to, because his passing ability is real, but can he use the handle to sort of get into those areas where his passing is really weaponized? That to me is where he's going to blossom into like a full grown, like tertiary creator, second side playmaker.
Yep.
Because that's where I think the upside becomes like really tantalizing. So you're talking about like a guy that's just going to make a lot of money in this league.
I was about to say, we could start throwing around some numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Just hopefully not next year.
Not next year.
I don't think we have to worry about losing him. What a move. Oh, how does that not go down? What's that on they fouled Mitch?
Yeah. Second time Mitch has drawn an offensive foul. That play there, it's like he's been solid. Brunson is trying to quick jump Barnes, and when you do that, you kind of have a little more, you lose a little touch on it. So he kind of slammed it off the backboard because he's worried about the block coming out from behind.
I preface this by saying I do not think Jalen Brunson has been bad in this game, but he's like been probably the least impressive player.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, so tough one from Mo there. He was trying to pass it and then got stripped, and he was looking for a foul. And then he's a little bit too aggressive on. So this is what I'm talking about. When I push back against people being like he has to be in the playoff rotation, he's still a rookie. He's still, you love the aggressiveness, but like that's one where he needed to be a little bit more contained.
Well, also we'll love a screen, yeah, because this is the isolation possessions are not where it's going to be at for him.
Yeah, and there's a turnover.
Yeah, he's out of sorts because the offense is sort of like tilted his way because Brunson has become kind of a non-factor in a way.
Yes, and now here's the Raptors forcing a turnover on an inbounds, which they are looking at potentially challenging.
No,
are they going to challenge it?
No.
Or are they just trying to get Alvarado in the game? Either way, the Knicks got to settle down. It's a quick little burst here by the Raptors. Like the Raptors are hanging in this game. Like the Knicks need to bear down. They do not want this to be a crunch time thing here. Oh, that was a lazy pass from OG.
Yep.
Or Brunson wasn't just looking for it. That was bad job by both of them. All right, so Mo's out, Jose's in. Barnes is isolating Mitch. Good job by Mitch standing his ground, but Brunson loses track. And then somehow Shamit ends up trying to box out Mamu. That's not what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just a matchup because they want to keep OG on Ingram. Great D.
Ugh. What was that call? Brunson stepped on the sideline?
Stepped out.
Got it. I wonder, do the Knicks need to be a little bigger here?
Yeah, especially I could see that. I could see where you're coming from there.
I mean, they're very small against a lineup that has a lot of. I mean, Shed's out there, but that still the Raptors have a lot of size.
Yeah, and Mamu's going to crash on every opportunity from the corner.
Yep. Okay, and then down to a 2-point lead. So the Raptors made a push, then the Knicks made a push back, and now the Raptors 8-0 run here. So this feels like if this is going to be a game, it's going to be determined by what do the Knicks do here in the next couple minutes. Well, end of third quarters right now. Rough pass by Alvarado. Got lucky. Brunson, big 3-pointer there.
Yep.
Big 3.
Yeah, put a pin in that one.
Yeah. Off of a pass could have been picked off too.
Mm-hmm. And a rough set all around. I mean, the Knicks didn't really run up possession. What? 8 seconds?
Hold on. Back either that or backcourt.
Had to have been. Yeah, there was 15 on the shot clock. Wow. How do you let that happen, man, if you're Brandon Ingram? Now you get Cat back in the game to run the last possession.
Yeah, better hold it for the last shot here. I mean, if the Knicks could score here, that would be really nice for momentum purposes. Because that was a real push.
Mm-hmm. Get a screen with Cat, or going to have Shamet. Yeah, they're going to have Shamet screen. Get a switch.
As an early shot in that possession, that was a tough shot. And I guess Shamet was trying to draw the foul there. Come on. Ugh, okay. All right. So, interesting. Lost half of the lead. Was a 10-point lead at halftime. Now down to a 5-point lead. How would you describe that third quarter for the Knicks?
It felt like a rough to me. Like, listen, I know it's a tough matchup with Barnes guarding him. I just haven't liked Brunson's process in this one. The issue he's having is it's almost like because the Raptors are not really helping Barnes in defensively. Like they're kind of playing it straight up. So you're not creating advantages.
Nope.
And then the looks are tough because of the wingspan and the reach and everything. So it almost feels like you might be better served if Alvarado plays a lot of this fourth quarter with Brunson and you have Brunson as an off-ball orchestrator and just bring him more coming to the ball and have Barnes have to navigate off-ball screens and really work to ball deny. I think that is a tougher defensive assignment if you're Scotty Barnes than what he's been seeing in this one, where he kind of just playing straight up. He's not fouling, to his credit. He's keeping his hands high, and he doesn't have to jump on these contests because of his wingspan. So I think the Knicks, if I was Mike Brown, I'm going a lot of Alvarado and Brunson. I know you're giving up size, and that's going to be the other issue, but
Brunson's going to start this quarter, obviously, on the bench. So, sorry, comment. What do we got here? I saw this up ahead. Anthony asks, do you think we punt tomorrow versus OKC since Mitch is not playing tomorrow? I don't know what punting would look like. I mean, obviously you could sit Brunson, sit Cal. I just don't think they'll do that. Lee says, hate to say it, but Diawara and his usage cost us the big lead. Yeah, I mean, those were a couple of rough possessions there that Diawara has. A rough turnover and a rough one-on-one. Absolutely. 100%.
And that to me was also like process oriented. Like why? Because there was playing time on the shot clock and they did it finally 2 possessions later, but why not bring a ball screen to get him create an advantage? And why were we going in that isolation manner against Ingram? He did get him on one possession and got to a nice spot, just kind of smoked a layup on the second one. But you saw lack of creation with the ball in his hands kind of reared its ugly head. But
yeah,
I think Brunson on the bench here. We saw Cat and Alvarado play really well in the first half. I'm confident that they're going to at least hold the lead, if not extend it here. So yeah, Shaman, Alvarado, Bridges, Diawara, and Cat kind of to start this.
Shaman, good look from the corner. This is good, very good look.
All right, you're way ahead of me somehow.
Oh, I am?
Again. Yeah, I don't know why that keeps.
So I'm at hold on. I'm at 11:31:30.
Okay.
Hell of a block by Mikal Bridges. So hold on. I'll after the next stoppage of play, I'll pause it.
Okay. Got it.
And I'll try not to react in the moment. It's a tough possession shaping up here. Someone's gonna have to put this one up. Oh dear. That was rough. So we got a 24-second violation. I'm gonna pause it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pause it when the Raptors inbound.
Okay.
How about that? And we'll get resynced up. All right. So let me know when Barnes throws it in. Should be
now.
Okay. All right. So 87-82. That was easily the worst offensive possession of the game for the Knicks. Nothing happened.
Yeah. And then just the Raptors are comfortable switching a big out onto Alvarado, so you kind of don't really get anything off that ball screen.
Quickly trying to create. Now RJ with the midi drains it. Okay.
This has to be a lot of Cat. You have the center on him.
Yep.
Bring him up.
Yeah. I don't even think he touched the ball in the last possession. All right. Now they're trying to get him.
And they're flooding to his side. You got to get it out. No, I could have reposted that. Oh, okay. Listen, pretty open.
I love that.
Yeah.
The form on that wasn't great.
It didn't stay solid. Kind of faded it to the left.
No. This is a problem now. All right. Good switch mid-possession there.
Yes.
Good defense. For Bridges, the numbers aren't great, but I think Bridges has been very good in this game. Could need a scoring, though, probably right now, if you ever. All right. They're trying to look for Cat here, but so this is one of those. Oh, foul?
All right, you got the foul.
Has to be a foul, right? Yeah. Okay. Great. Good job. As I speak it into existence. Okay.
I'm just really taken aback by how aggressive the Raptors are being with loading up on Cat's side on that post up, and these are great reps for him to have to deal with this, because if he's able to catch it, they're bringing the second defender from the baseline, and that's traditionally been a pass that he struggled with making. So we'll see if we get another look at it. They get that possession. I just go to it, right? Create the advantage, and then hope he can pass out of it.
Okay. Mikal with a second free throw coming up here, which goes in. A couple of interesting free throws, but sunk them both. 89-84. Knicks only 19 points in the third quarter, by the way, we should note. And as you noted, Brunson 6 of 15 for 15 or 16 points, something like that. He's not in his most efficient game. All right, nice defense, Cat.
Yeah, second or third nice rim defense.
Cat's been really good tonight. He really, other than again that little stretch, he's been good.
So you don't need to force feed Mikal Bridges. Yeah, bring Cat up. He's got to be the one that you're prioritizing here.
That was brutal. What was that?
He just small and he lost his footing. Couldn't see over the defense.
Yeah.
And now he's reaching.
And then a foul. Yeah, I don't know if Jose is going to be super long for this game. No, I like the energy that he's brought, but that was a silly foul. And you don't want to get into the penalty too early against this team, because they're good at getting to the line. especially tonight. They've been good.
Double big.
Okay, double big. Ooh. Quick with a 3 that was halfway down. You know he wants to hit a big one in this game at some point. All right, what are we doing? We got both bigs screening for Bridges. And the possession has stalled out, and no one's coming to get it. Whoa!
Out.
I mean,
too many of those possessions last like 6 minutes of game action. I do like bringing both bigs into the action. So you're kind of that Horns look.
It's a masterful job by RJ. Really good job. All right, 91-86, 8 almost.
Rapidly trying to muck this up.
Yes, they are. I'm surprised Mitch didn't get called for a foul there. That's got to be a foul on Mitch, right? He like bear hugged him.
Mike, I don't think they. Yeah, they don't. They just never call that. It's hilarious. Yeah,
it was a good defensive play by whoever knocked the ball out of Bridges' hands, but Bridges has to be a little bit. I'd like to see Bridges be a little bit better, a little bit more aware there.
Yeah, it's a high dribble. It's been.
I know we got a super chat here that I'm going to get to on the next stoppage of play. By the way.
Okay.
All right. Jump ball. Mitch gets it, and then Brunson's back in the game. Interesting. Come on. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I wonder if that's Barnes going to the bench and trying to get Brunson going a little bit.
Oh, I mean, 8 minutes to get Brunson back in at the 8-minute mark of the fourth. That's early for Brown. At the same time, he did rest him for a while in the second. RJ with another drive and tough finish. RJ's had a nice game after a quiet first half, but he's had a nice game.
Yeah, he's gone through Shaman a few times.
Yeah, they might need to put someone else on him.
All right.
I'd like to see what OG's minute total is at. Another tough midi for Brunson. Makes 2 in a row.
Yeah, it's like, and these are the shots he's. Yeah, and he is comfortable taking those against Shed.
Yeah. Okay. Good contest.
Okay, Cat.
Come on, you got a couple more. Get this team down by double digits. Come on. Brunson's just.
Missed Mitch.
Yeah, you think he had Mitch there?
Thought he did.
Woo!
Okay, RJ.
RJ Barrett feeling it against the team that said we don't believe in you anymore.
So who is the matchup? Who is Cat being? Is he RJ have the Cat matchup?
I mean RJ. RJ is guarding Cat right now. Yeah,
guarding Cat. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like you can.
That's a tough.
No.
That's a tough look from Shamit. Why? I didn't like that at all. I really haven't liked that. I didn't like that. And of course, Quickly gets that. This is the RJ and Quickly shows. The X-Knicks show.
Yes, it is.
And OG's not on the floor, by the way, which I'm a little confused by. And just like that, Shamit with another chance here. Another miss from Sham. It was all of a sudden a rough Shamit game. And who just tossed that into the freaking stands? Shed. We got lucky there. All right. So we got a 2-point game here. 95-93. Knicks are up. RJ and Emmanuel Quickly making a push for the Knicks. Or for the Freudian.
Yeah.
For the Raptors. And let me get to that super chat and we'll get back to the game. Spence from the West. What's going on, Spence? Thanks for the contribution. Guys, huge fan. Thanks for everything you do. A thought. I feel the bar has gotten very low for the starting lineup. Is a -12 through 3 quarters. We're shrugging it off, especially in the context of all the debates. Let's go Knicks. That's not unfair. I guess because I've been so critical of them, and for me, a lot of it is like the eye test when I see them go out there, and I'm like, yeah, this group just doesn't have it tonight. Tonight, I didn't feel that was the case, but look, -12 in however many minutes is like not good. So yeah, I mean, should we expect more? Absolutely, we should expect more. 100%. Your thoughts, D?
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like we've said so many things about the starting five and kind of where they need to get better and kind of the things that they're deficient at. They're not the best lineup. There isn't any evidence that they're the best lineup. I just think there's an element of things, and I've kind of alluded to it, that are just kind of beyond the raw on-off stuff. I just refuse to believe that 2 head coaches and 2 coaching staffs would throw out a lineup consistently that they just think is not good. I think there's something there, and it's certainly a lineup that Mike Brown at least has been more willing to pivot off of within games and go to something else. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that 12-point hole there on the net rating is indicative of how they played. But I can't. At some point, the numbers are the numbers, and I do think if you're one of those that just like this starting lineup is not it, and you have to make a change. I've said this 100 times, and I think you're in the same boat. It's a completely reasonable take, and I wouldn't argue against it. Like I'm not a staunch defender of the starting five continuing to trot out there, but I just think there's other things at play here. But in this one.
And it's funny, we're talking about the starters. I would bet that the starters are going to finish this game because I don't think either Alvarado. I mean, Shamet just had a couple of. I mean, I don't want to call them rough possessions, but like one of the shots that you didn't love, and then the sidestep was like, it was an okay attempt, but Shamet's 2 for 7 from 3 in the game.
And also the possession right before the third quarter, right, where you tried to drive it on Barnes. It was not a great shot. And then defensively, you're seeing the things that we saw last year more often, where his lack of strength is a real problem at times.
And we should say the starters are back out there.
Yeah, and OG, I assume, is going to kind of turn the water off on RJ a little bit.
Hopefully, we'll see.
And now you get a drag screen. That's that play they ran that got Cat the dunk in the San Antonio, but the Raptors did a good job of covering that. Getting 2 on Brunson.
Oh man, that was tough. I mean, it turned out to be a pretty good look for Bridges. He just missed everything. It was maybe a rushed look from Bridges.
There's like 2 on the shot clock. I think he just had to.
I mean, he had to get it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, good defense by Toronto. All right. This is exactly the sort of game that I did not want to be in down the stretch.
Yeah. And Bridges on RJ with Ingram back in. So OG's keep RJ to his right hand.
Get that rebound. Nice pursuit of the basketball by OG.
Yes.
Oh! Josh Hart, I think, has been the best Knick tonight.
His passing has been awesome. Defensively, really good.
Yeah. I know OG's been good too, but I might have to give the nod to Hart. It's just been really impressive. All right, what are you doing? All right, so they got OG on Ingram. They got the switch. Got the off the switch. Get the rebound. Josh Hart, of course, gets the rebound. Be careful. Don't get called for a double dribble here, please. The Raptor starters are not on. Quickly's off. Shed's on.
Yeah. And Quickly looked dead tired coming out of that last timeout.
Okay. Oh my God. That was a really good pass to Cat too. And Cat, I don't know what Cat was thinking there.
No, I thought he could have finished that off the catch.
He could have finished it off the catch. He just it wasn't prepared for it. I don't know. It was very strange. Good defense from Hart. Again, I really like Hart's game tonight. Brunson. I love him so much. Oh, I love this guy. I really do love him.
Big time shot. Cat screening. All right.
Great call.
It's a huge possession here, I feel like. Keeping it to the side.
It's OG shut off the water, and that's a foul on Pirtle. Are the Knicks over the limit by any chance? Are they? No. Or
no. Sorry, no. I was agreeing with you on your play-by-play there. But yeah, that's Ingram as a playmaker. Man, is just something left to be desired when he doesn't get a great advantage off that screen, and then in and out dribble with the right hand. Man, puts Pirtle on his heels.
Am I off base with Hart? I think Hart's been phenomenal tonight.
No, he's just his playmaking and defense, like those two areas, man, he's been awesome.
Yeah, and it feels like this game, against this defense, you need to pass it against this defense. Like you have to make those passes. That's key, because going one-on-one, as we've seen with Brunson, it's and with some of these other possessions here, it's tough. It's a really good defense. What are they?
They're top 10.
Fifth? I think. Hold on.
Yeah.
Right now. I think they're fifth. The Raptors are seventh. The Knicks are eighth. So it's crazy. I'm watching this defense. I'm like, it's a really good defense. And yet they are 0.2 points per 100 possessions better than the Knicks. Which says a lot about how good the Knicks defense is.
Well, I think we're still getting used to calling the Knicks a top 10 defense. Cavaliers won, by the way.
The Cavs won.
They beat the Pistons. Cavs won.
Okay.
Spurs up 40-39 against the 76ers. Just going through some of these games.
Playing anybody tonight.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's just like it's such a downer going through some of these. Like, you want to watch a game, Knicks aren't playing. It's hard to find a game that I'm interested in where you get two teams wanting to win with players that are playing.
It's for fans that are obsessive or borderline obsessive, like we fall into one of those categories about this league, and who just love nothing more than sitting down on a random night and just turning on a game or a couple games if you have the ability to watch multiple at once. And when the fact that you could have like, oh great, there's 6 games on right now, and every one of the games, like, oh, who's sitting out this game, who sucks in this game, and it's just, again, we'll watch pretty much any NBA basketball, but it's unfortunate where, again, Sixers Spurs, that should have been awesome.
Yeah. I know. And I know Embiid is legitimately hurt, and you can go down the list of like real injuries and everything, but it's such a downer.
We got bolt yourself in. I watch you Minnesota usually if the Knicks aren't playing. Well, not only do you get some former Knicks there, but Minnesota's usually a pretty entertaining team to watch.
Oh, yeah.
So they have a lot of crazy endings. Armand Pistons aren't making it out of the second. They might lose to Charlotte in the first. I mean, crazier things have happened. David, I don't watch any actual NBA games besides the Knicks. No point. Any other team is just boring. I love the NBA. My actual favorite thing to do is to watch the NBA on a Knicks off night after the Knicks have won the previous game.
Yeah, so that's a good night.
DJ, it's from Kevin Danishevsky. DJ, it's March. The league is allowed to not have every game be fascinating. We're not asking for every game to be fascinating.
Give me like 3 or 4 a night, man. Come on. It's not too much.
Maybe 2 a night.
2 a night would be good too. Yeah.
I mean, tonight you had this game and you had Cavs
Pistons. Yeah.
This is an interesting possession.
A little off on the pass, but love the idea.
Oh, Josh! Cat! I love it. Double offensive rebound possession. Nothing makes me happier. Okay. Oh! And one? Or is it a foul before the dunk?
What'd they call?
I think they called the foul before the dunk.
Okay.
How about Josh Hart snatching that ball away from Jakob Poeltl? They called it. You got to be kidding me. It's not even getting free throws on that. If they're all that,
man. Hey, look, time is going off the clock. You got Brunson coming off DHO. Come on.
Great. Okay, up 9 now with 2:13 to go. I feel like you're ahead. I'm ahead of you. Let me pause it for a sec. Tell me when you get to 2:05.
Okay. 2:07, 2:06, 2:05. Great help,
Great
JB.
defense.
Little Nova 3-on-1 fast break.
Know, this has been a really fun push here. Really fun push.
What's going on here?
Not over yet. I don't know what that was. That was weird.
It seemed like both teams just stopped playing odd. All right.
All right. What are we doing?
What are we timeouts.
Doing? You do have timeouts. Might want to call one here.
Oh boy. Listen, if you count the shots that didn't count, he has made some incredible shots.
Yes, he has. This has been a hell of a shot making performance from Karl-Anthony Towns tonight. Oh, OG went for it. Okay, got a little lucky there. Okay, is that? Can we close this one out, guys? You had an 11-point lead with 1 minute and 11 seconds left. Can we maybe make this one not a nail biter? As Jalen.
Nice performance, man.
This fucking team
all around.
What a this game was going down a certain type of road that we've been down the road before. It's not a great road. And
no, it's not.
No. And as it was happening, I'm like, oh, I really don't want this to be what tonight is. And then that's it.
Brunson makes his free throw. The starters are a +1. Hear that, Armand?
Dave, so happy for Cat. Love him to death. Armin saying now it's over. Okay. Brunson made the free throw. There we go. All right. Up 14, minute 5 to go. Can we not give up open threes to Emmanuel quickly? Josh Hart gets the rebound and is fouled, I think, by RJ.
He just has his ability just to continue playing at this effort level. I mean,
RJ got hurt in the game.
And he got hurt in the game. Like RJ Barrett, so he's on the team that's down. That should be desperate. And Hart is just out pursuing him for a loose ball.
Yeah. Josh Hart, 10, 7, and 7, and 5 of 6 from the field. I think he's my player of the game.
He might be. I agree.
Oh my God, you got to be kidding me! I'm just looking at the OG. OG has 15 points exactly.
Oh fuck off! And the missed free throw that you thought was. Oh my God!
And that was like early in the third quarter.
It was. Yeah, when he missed it, I'm like, oh, you have plenty of time. You're fine.
You got to be kidding me! What the hell? Is OG coming out now? Brunson's coming out. Ariel Hukporti is coming into the basketball game. OG is still in the game.
He got a shot.
I can't believe I'm going to lose this fucking over by a half a point.
Yeah, and Dadier, I think, is about to get OG.
Pacome Dadier?
I think so.
Is there another Dadier? Maybe there's another Dadier.
One is enough. That's one is fine.
One might be more than enough. One might argue. As Josh misses both free throws, of course. OG is not in the basketball game. My soul hurts. And of course, Josh, after missing 2 free throws, makes a long 2. The Knicks are up by 16 points.
Wow.
This was a 2-point game. When?
It was. Was it? Have the Raptors scored recently? Because I'm vaguely. I think the Raptors have been on 95 for a while. Hold on.
Have the Raptors?
Yeah, because it was 95-93 Knicks, right?
So the only basket the Raptors have scored in quite some time is the possession where we were like both teams stopped playing and Pirtle just kind of walked into I think it was Pirtle, right? Walked into a floater.
Yeah. I'm looking at 95-93 Knicks, and it's been a 16-2 run since.
Jesus Christ.
So it was 95-93 with 4 minutes and 37 seconds left.
I mean, that's pretty good. It's a way to close the game.
I think that was that Brunson top of the key 3 that got him going, right?
So the Brunson,
no, that was a little bit later. Yeah, that made it 100-93. It was the Bridges dunk. It was the hard pass.
Okay.
Hard pass, Bridges dunk.
So if we're going, hold on here, because I want to make sure we get this right. Sure. You're coming on the post game with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So RJ made it. Okay. So quickly, Runner made it 95-93. The Knicks' next points were the Bridges running dunk, which with the Hart assist. And then the next one was the Brunson 3.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They're going to hold this team under 100 points. We got Kevin McCullough Jr. We got Jeremy Sohan.
Hey.
Maybe this is the Jeremy Sohan lineup. Oh God, Ariel. So this is.
The
I know it's the last minute. I just like a play like that will be like, yeah, you know, you gotta secure the basketball. All right, it's a nice win.
Really nice win.
Yeah,
really nice win. That Raptor team, you wanted this one. You could just tell how much they're
RJ
for RJ. Yeah,
wanted it.
He wanted it, and he was playing like that. Him and Quickly had a great run in the early fourth.
But
and
Knicks are a better team.
Knicks are a better team. It's kind of different than the third game where the Knicks kind of had a sustained second half run, but in this one, they kind of took control.
They did
when they needed to.
All right, here's what we're going to do. If you're watching on Twitter, you're watching on YouTube, we are going to head over to a different room for us. Everybody stick right here on the Knicks Film School YouTube channel. If you're watching on Twitter, go over to the Knicks Film School YouTube channel so you can watch our live postgame where DJ will join me, and we will get into all sorts of fun talk about another win for the Knicks, their 40th of the season. Always nice to get to that number because there were a lot of years where we did not get to it. All right. For DJ Zullo, I'm Jonathan Macri. We will catch you in a minute on the post game.
Peace.